Hey, if anybody's on already, I'm just posting that I'm live on Twitter and StockTwits. I'll be right there. And please forgive the state of my appearance in my room right now. I broke my toe. I got a boot on. Let's see. Post. That's done. Go over here. Post. That's done. Something went wrong here. All right, and I'm coming right back right now, guys. All right. Hey. Is anybody in here? Hello, hello. Where's my chat? Chat, live chat. Anybody there? I'm not sure what's going on. I'm doing something wrong because I don't see it. I see that there are people here, but I don't see anybody talking. Brian Kelty turned on subscriber only mode, only channel subscribers. Oh, okay. So how do I turn that off? Let me see how to turn this off. Shit. What's up? Where's everybody? Members only live stream. Okay, let me just say all channel members. I don't know what's going on here. I did something wrong. Edit. I'm gonna have to edit. Edit stream. It's not public. The playlist. Made for kids. No. Stream contains paid promotion. No. Come on, man. Allow automatic. What is this? Why do they make it so difficult? Man, this is ridiculous. Stream language. What is the issue? So I don't know why, guys. I don't know if anybody's there. I can't see. I can't see the chat. Pop out chat. What the hell? Let me try this again. What the fuck? What the hell? Hello. Oh, there's Jeffrey. What's up, Jeffrey? Hi. I just was wondering why I wasn't seeing anyone. It looks like I might have done something like the settings wrong. Anyway, please forgive. Can you hear me, Jeffrey? Give me a yes if you can hear me. I want to test the sound to make sure that everybody can hear me. All right. Interesting. It says there's 19 people here, but I don't see anybody in the chat except Jeffrey. Something's wrong. I did something wrong in the settings. Okay, great. So I got to figure this out. All right, you can hear me great. Excellent. Okay, here's settings. Oh, God. What did I do? Close. This is brutal because the stock is running right now. All right, well, right now it's at 39 cents. We have, I wish I could share the screen. I probably can share the screen with you guys. So let me see. I wish I could turn off the subscriber only mode. I don't know how to do it. Where's my phone? I also have a giant boot on my foot. Damn. Hold on a second. Look at my boot. How do I turn off subscriber only mode on a YouTube live session? Be right back, guys. All right. Go to YouTube Studio and open live control room. All right, there we go. Oh, hey everybody. I'm just it's just Jeffrey, it looks like, but I'm going over to my YouTube Studio to make it public. I don't know why it made it subscriber only. All right, YouTube Studio. YouTube has just been like taking control of my channel lately. Go to YouTube Studio, open live control room. I'm in the YouTube Studio. Fuck is a live control room? God, this is such a waste of time, man. I hate wasting time. My channel, okay. Where's this live control room that they're talking about? Wow, this is brutal. Shorts, home, subscription. This is brutal. Oh my God. Come on, man. Where is live control room? Desktop Studio, youtube.com. On left side, click create. The little camera icon with a plus, go live. This opens the live control room. In the main page where you set up and manage your stream. Once you're there, you'll see stream customization. All right, whatever. I guess that we're just going to have to do it subscriber only because I can't spend 30 minutes trying to figure out how to turn off subscriber only. So I guess it's me and you, Jeffrey. I've got over 1,000 subscribers. I guess nobody else is interested right now. So anyway, we're looking at a pretty amazing chart. I'm going to try to, the hell is channel level settings? Nope. Wow, this is, man, this is going real. This is like a train wreck. End stream. I might have to end the stream and try again. Okay, customization. Here it is. I got it. Okay. Anyone's all right. Now who can send message? Anyone. Save. All right. Everybody's allowed in. Welcome. Okay. Now let's try to, hey, what's up? Hello, high 550. Like I said, I look like shit right now. I got a boot on my foot because I broke my toe. We're looking at the charts. It's a pretty exciting day, actually. And if you like charts. Hi, Angela. Good morning. What we are looking at and what I want to try to do is find a way to, what is this? You guys still there? I close this. Okay, great. I want to try to share screen. Yes. Google, blah, 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 would like to record this computer. Sure, I don't care. I have nothing to hide. Open system settings. Google Chrome. What do I do? Oh, God. App bundle may not be able to record the content of your screen until it's quit. Quit, then, dumbass. Okay. I thought I already did this. God. Man, nothing's easy. I'm trying to share the chart. The screen recording thing is now stuck on my screen. Force quit. All right. I mean, open system settings. Didn't I do this already? Plus, hit the plus sign. Would that work? Oh man, iPhone mirroring. System. This is not working. I guess I gotta do it. Sorry guys, I apologize. I'm gonna have to do a dry run when there's maybe Google Chrome. Google app bundle may not be able to record the content of your screen until it's quit. You can choose to quit Google Chrome app bundle now, or do it on your own later. I just hit quit and reopen. There it is. Hey everyone, I'm back. Sorry about that. That was just so annoying. It looks like I'm live. Okay. I don't know if anyone's still here. Good morning. Good morning. Let me just turn my AC on. All right, guys. Hello, everybody. If you're still there, let me Everything froze. You're back. Thanks, Jeffrey. All right. What else is happening? You did it. Morning, Colin, Adrian, Corey. If you guys are all still here, hello and good morning. The stream's back. So what I'm trying to do is share the screen with you guys. This is an amazing chart today. It's pretty incredible. What's happening is like something that I haven't seen happen in a very long time on the charts, and I'm looking at it right now, and I would love to share the screen with you guys, but of course Google or Chrome is making it impossible to do. Let me try it again. Share screen, select a tab, IXHL. Here we go. And now I'm sharing with you guys, hopefully. Let me double check. I'm gonna make a little screen here. Put you guys over there. Let's see. Okay. Can you guys? Sweet. Okay, you guys can see you can see my screen now, right? That's a yes? Okay, excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna minimize this window that's in the middle of the chart. If you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, well, I can't do that because I want to talk to you guys. So yeah, okay, so let me minimize this and get that out of the way. And here we go. Okay. Do we need a news trigger? I don't know what that means. So anyway, okay, so let's see. What's up, Kang, Jeffrey, everybody? Thank you so much for coming back and dealing with my technical issues. So this is, it may not look that exciting to you, but it's very exciting to me. What we have is, so this is what you guys are seeing. You're not seeing the chat, right? Why am I crowded number 3? I don't know what that means. I don't even know what these numbers are. So guys, I'm really new to going on YouTube Live and everything. My intention was never to be some sort of like, you know, influencer. I'm a real actor. Yeah, I don't know what these crowns are. I don't know anything about any of that stuff. I'm not doing it. So I'm not sure what's happening right now. But anyway, let's just focus on the charts. Okay, so you guys don't see the chat, right? You see the actual full chart on my screen, yes or no? I'm hoping so. Anyway, I'm gonna try to. Yes. Okay, great. All right. So that said, I'm gonna minimize this for a second and just talk, and then I'll go back to taking questions. So what we're looking at right now, let's try to make this a little bit smaller. This is pretty exciting for me, for somebody who stares at charts all day long, and especially this stock, because it's the only stock I'm invested in, right? So we're now trading at 39.20, and I'm going to change the trend lines with you guys, and I'm gonna update these charts. So first of all, this day time frame, this big one right here, that's from July 24th, from when it went to 173. So if I go like this, right, you can see that we have not broken that time frame since July 24th, right? This is super bullish. So look at this. It goes all the way. You guys get the picture. All the way. We have never broken this time frame. Suddenly today we broke that time frame. All right, so let's get back to that. Again, I gotta apologize for my appearance, for the appearance of my apartment today, for everyone, because I'm kind of out of it. I broke my toe lifting weights, so I can't really move around much. So these are the charts. Look at this. These are the charts, and here we are. We're back to today. Okay, so now we're looking at the 15-minute chart. I always love, and we got 12 minutes left on the next 15-minute candle. We have green 15-minute candles. Everyone, this is the first time in a very long time. If I was buying the stock right now, I would wait a little bit longer before I would make a decent position in this stock, and I'll tell you why. Because we broke and closed the 5-minute candles. We broke and closed 15-minute candles, and we broke and closed over the day time frame. So we've now got a unbiased opinion on bullish reversal, it seems, even though it's not very exciting. You're looking at the price and you're like, oh, well, it's only at 39.26. What are you talking about? Also, you can, so I'm going to have to like update these trend lines now. So let me do that with you guys. And I know this might seem boring to some people, but this is the stuff that, and then I'll just give me 2 minutes to do this, and then I'll come in and we can start talking about some pretty cool stuff that we talked about yesterday, and how, the three of us, Nina, myself, somebody named Chickpea, we were all just kind of just really trying to figure out what this silence was about. And I think we finally figured it out, like, Sherlock Holmes. And what the silence is about is most likely, this is my theory, is that from September 29th, when the company released the 10K, which is the annual earnings report, to, I'm on the 15. I'm going to go back to the 5, which is going to be very noisy. Everybody get prepared. Very noisy chart. See, there it is. And then I'm going to change this trend line, this 5-minute trend line, from where it is to where it currently is. And we now have a bull flag, right? Yep, we're moving. And this is why I went live. And this is why you do charts, people. Because if I was buying right now, if I was swing trading, this is confirmation. And this is how I got into this stock. This is confirmation that we are now, you just got confirmation. Basically, all these green closing candles on the 5, the 15, the daily, you're breaking all those trend lines. This is basically tells me, if I'm an investor, buy, 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 buy. So we got that at 39.15 is the top of this pre-market high. So this is on the 5-minute chart. I'm going to take that from there to the next wick, which is going to be that red wick there. And we'll wick it out right there. And we just broke that. We're on the move, guys. We're on the move. Like, I can't even mark a flag before what are these 5-minute candle just busting through. It hasn't closed yet, but look at that. I just marked the trend line on the 5-minute, and a bullish green candle just busted right through it. So if you have been watching the chart, and you're a geek like me, we haven't seen action like this in weeks, right? The last time I think we saw action like this was when it went to 65 cents from 40 cents or whatever. Look at this thing; it's on the move. All right, so I got that. That's basically my trend line for my 5-minute right now. Let's move our daily time frame now, which is going to be interesting. Let me go to the day. Let me go back to the day chart, and let's take a look at 1 week, just in case, because if we're breaking, if we're getting confirmation of all of these different look at this. So this is the 1 week, and on the 1 week, let me move this stuff out of the way. Okay, where are we at on the 1 week? We're above. Well, look at that. Wait, well, I don't know that yet. I have to move. I have to. Let me see. Yeah. So this is the 1 week, guys. This is the 1 week chart right here. If you guys can see, and hopefully you guys are all still there, because I can't see the chat. I'm going to come back in a second. So this is actually weekly time frame trend line right there. And this, I'm going to move. We're going to lose this orb, because we don't really need it anymore, because we busted through it like a nuclear blast. So this is the weekly time frame trend line, and it looks like we're breaking through it right now. So we now have confirmation on the weekly, the daily, the 15-minute, the 5-minute, Let's look at the monthly. Obviously, the monthly we're not gonna look very good, right? So this is not gonna go well. But let's take a look. Here's our monthly time frame. Oh, we are. Wait, no, I gotta move a trend line for the monthly. So if I move this one to that wick, so our monthly looks about like that, and it's pretty close. If we get up to what is this? 60 cents. We need to get up to 60 cents, or maybe. Yeah, I would say that's a giant. Yeah, I would say 60 cents or so. Well, not necessarily. The next. Well, yeah, because today is the what's today? I'm so stupid. Today is the 15th. So we're halfway through the month. This is October right here. What am I talking about? So yeah, we didn't bust through the monthly yet, but so far we have confirmation on all the rest, which is pretty exciting. Let's go back to the 15-minute chart because it's the most easy. It's the easiest, and then I'll come back to the chat. And I just ruined my charts because I wanted to show all you guys what I was talking about and why I'm so excited. And then let's go talk. Let's talk. So yeah. So what I was saying earlier is that what I figured out. I don't want to put words in anyone else's mouth. Is that and we did it by a combination of different people asking each other questions, which is kind of cool. What am I doing here? I don't know why this isn't. Oh, there it is. All right. All right. Look at us. Look at us go. So, all right. This says 5 minutes left on the 15-minute, and we'd be breaking our own 5-minute. This is a 5-minute trend line. That's why it's not touching that wick. And there's our daily is going to be, what happened? How did the daily, did I move the daily? I must have messed up the daily somehow. Anyway, I'll go back to that. I have to bring my daily, right? Because we busted through the daily. So I did something wrong. Anyway, let's go back to the chat. Where did it go? Is it still? July 25th. Where is it? Oh, this is all in October. Anyway, I'm going to leave it alone for now. I wish I could just, maybe I can do the Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. All right, so we're on the 15-minute. Oh, there it is. I think it's back to normal again. Is it? I don't know. I thought we had busted through that already. Yeah, we did. We busted through the day already. So don't worry about that top trend line anymore. I must have screwed it up some point. Probably when I moved it when I was on the monthly. But I'm pretty sure we busted through that daily, and we're running right now. And anybody who's watching probably like, this guy's crazy. What is he talking about? Like, well, what I'm talking about is like, let's see, 328. So there's our chart. I'm gonna go back to the chat. I'm gonna talk to you guys. There. So we see where's the chat? Wing. Oh, did I close the thing again? Oh, there you guys are. I suck at this, guys. I'm so sorry. Let's talk. All right. No more charts. All right. Stop sharing. Anyway. All right. Let's talk. Kick these glasses off. Yeah, I'm unshaven. I got a broken toe. My room's a mess. Let's see. Hello to Jeffrey. High 5 and 50. Kang. Nina, what's up? PB, let's go. Nina. Aside from the trade talk, you look good and fit for your age. Keep up the work. Thank you very much, Lake. Hello from Scotland. Hey, Scotland, what's happening? Anyway, is anyone still here? Yeah, okay. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, let me, I'm so addicted to the charts, I got to figure out a way to exit full screen. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah. And then there's all my books for school. And okay. Yeah, we're doing that. Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. My computer's just doing whatever it wants. This is not all right. Let's see. You know what I'd like to do is I'll go back to sharing the screen so we can look at the level 2 action. What idiots? I don't see any idiots. Just blocked idiots. Are there idiots? I don't see any of them. So it must be like auto blocking for me. Anyway, thanks so much for all the likes and everything and listening to me yap about the charts. If anyone's still here, it looks like it says, I'm not sure. Look, guys, I'm so new at YouTube. I have no idea what I'm doing. So it says that there's people here. If there is, okay, I should probably not. I should stop talking about nothing. So, okay, what I was going to try to get at is, in my humble opinion, I think what we finally figured out, or I finally figured out, because it is my opinion. It's not anyone else's. Hey, what's up from Taiwan? It's not anyone else's opinion. It's my opinion. And it could be wrong. I have to double check everything. It takes so much time to double check every single SEC file, and we would do all the math. And Nina and I were talking yesterday about like how many shares there are. Like, what are the mechanics of the at the market? Is it complete? You know what I mean? And I don't know. From what we summarized, we think it is. We're not like rocket scientists over here. You got to be like a rocket scientist to go through all those SEC files and do the math. All you can do is get an approximation, right? So possibly the $100 million at the market is complete. I got people on Twitter saying, oh, no, it's not complete. I don't think it's complete because he said he wasn't going to do it. And he said it. And it's like, okay. So I don't want to get into that. All right. The break through the 5-minute trend line was significant, even at 39. Yes. Didn't know that was significant. FYI, 30 people. Oh, thanks, Jeffrey. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming. I always appreciate you, Jeffrey. Thank you. If no more dilution, what limit sell orders would you set on positive PR? Okay. Knowing this company and being in this company and being super skeptical as a human being and as a trader, you got to keep in mind, I'm super skeptical. I don't trust anyone. Okay. So, and it has something to do with my background, my life, etc. I'm a recovering drug addict, alcoholic, with 2 years sober. So given all that said, in my own psychology and watching everything that's happened with this stock, what would I set limit sell orders? Oh, okay, like tiered limit sell orders, right? Smart guy, Cantic Head Lighthouse, very smart person here. Exactly. Now's the time. When you see the chart moving like this and breaking through trend lines and making really small moves, and again, right, like you said, it's at 39 cents right now, a little under 39 cents, but it's breaking these trend lines, right? So chart mechanics mean nothing to some people, but it means to others. Once this thing starts to really run, I would say at about 44 cents, and you should have tiered limit sell orders. And what would I sell them at? It depends on how many shares you have. I have 50,000 shares. So I would start taking profit. My position is 50,000 at 77 cents. Terrible position because I bought back in after making like $48,000 on the stock on the original run up. So again, my opinion is really strange. But I would start taking profit over $1, anywhere over $1 in small tiers and moving up, because we have no idea how big this is going to run, because we now have a clean cap table, meaning that it's like the cat is out of the bag. We know how many outstanding shares there are. We can somewhat figure out what the float is, right? So given that the optics of that, the market maker algorithms, Mr. Market, whatever you want to call it, have to start playing with that reality, or living in the same reality as us. Now we know synthetic shares and counterfeit shares have been nonstop with this stock, but so yeah, I'm assuming that this thing is going to run, and when it runs, there may be that FTD MOAS. That, if you don't know what MOAS means, it means mother of all short squeezes. We might have a drug run, right? It could be something as crazy as that, where all these failure to deliver start coming in when we make a big green move, right? It's interesting. I like the move that's being made today. So hopefully I answered your question. I want to invite everybody else to ask and add questions. Also, if you know Nina, and if you're interested in Nina and I are going to do a live together where we're both on the screen on Friday. And our intention is not to make money or sell you products or sell you memberships or anything like that, right? I don't care if you subscribe or you like, it'd be great. But the only reason we want to do this is because we want to create the community, and we want to discuss the bearish thesis as well as the bullish thesis. And because the more people talking about this and discussing it, the more opinions, obviously, the better. That's where we figure out all the mysteries of the stock, like we did, like in my opinion, yesterday. Which is, I just want to get this out, and I'll shut up and go back to like questions. What you guys are saying. In my humble opinion, September 29th, 10K comes out. Everybody's wondering, why is Joe quiet? How come there's no PR? Where's the PR? Where's the PR? Well, there's a compliance period between a 10K and a compliance deadline like October 20th. You're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to manipulate the stock at all by saying anything. So you know, by releasing any PR, right? So 2 reasons, in my opinion, not anyone else's. I thought we figured this out yesterday, right? And by the way, people who was talking about the reverse split, let me put this to bed right now. So if you can see, let me try to add a photo. Can I add a photo here? What is this, cash? What does that mean? Can I add a photo? Chat, so support, engage. I just want to add a photo. All right, let me share screen. All right, let me take some questions, and then we'll go back to that. All right, aside from the trade talk, thanks, man. Jeffrey saying the breakthrough 39 didn't know was significant. Yeah, this is pretty significant. This move is significant. We haven't seen this in a minute. It looks like, I think a lot of people, you know, listen, I don't know when it comes to like people posting those pictures of IBKR or whatever it is, and shares available to short. It looks like there's so much more shares available now. It looks like the people are returning their shares, or they're not shorting the stock anymore. How many outstanding shares do you think there are? I think people will believe what you tell them to. So I believe that there are 347 million shares outstanding right now. There could be more. It's a good question, PB, because, you know, that was 347 million shares to June 30th, which is the end of the fiscal year. I want to show everybody my booth. To the end of the fiscal year. So you're asking how many shares outstanding? Great question. Nina, if you're listening, that's a great question. We didn't think about that. So yeah, like, because June 30th, after June 30th, they don't have a duty to report anything that they're doing after the fiscal year ended June 30th. That's what that 10K is about. It's the annual to June 30th. From June 30th till now, July, August, September, almost October, almost. So it's 3.5 months, right? How many more shares did they add? Great question. This is why I love going on live. This is why I love hearing other people ask questions and talk. I never thought of that. So, and then when is the buyback? The next question right underneath, the shares outstanding now 344 million, 20 million buyback. We'll put the shares outstanding around what? Great follow-up question. I love this. This is awesome today. Exactly. So say somebody said the other day on Reddit, everybody hold on to their chairs, okay? Don't freak out. They said something like, we're going to find out in the 10Q in November 14th, right? That, or 6th, anywhere from the 6th to the 14th. 15th is the latest deadline, I think, that they can file a 10Q. So there might be silence all the way through that. But I think what's going to happen is we'll get PR. But someone said on Reddit the other day that 500 million shares outstanding. Hold on to your tables and chairs, right? Something like whatever, like 150 million in cash, right? And I forgot what the rest of it was, but so you guys be prepared. There's going to be a lot of shares. There possibly is going to be a lot of shares when this thing finally reported. It doesn't, and anybody who's in this for a swing trade or a short squeeze, oh, look at the chart. Chart's making a big move down now. On the 15-minute, it just went from, we were doing green, we were doing great. We're still good though. Don't worry about it. See, this is where you gotta, this is why it helps to mark out your first 15-minute ORB, so you can see where price is going and you can kind of match it. I have to go back and rechart the trend lines, but it looks like we're getting a little bit of selling pressure. Let me look at level 2, and then so yeah. Why isn't Joe buying back shares? Good question. Maybe he's doing it right now. Maybe that's what this action is. Maybe he saw the trend lines coming together. Maybe he sees the 15-minute day and thought this would be a great opportunity to start buying back shares. Did you mean the company is still developing the medicine? The company cheat all this? No, I don't understand that question at all. Maybe you can elaborate on that question. I would love to answer it. Why isn't Joel buying back shares? I don't know. Let's see what we're so stock's going. It just kind of fell below. And let me see. Okay, big few days coming up. If Joel, let's see what time it is. It's 8:54 a.m. in California, 9, 10, 11. It's lunchtime. It's lunchtime in New York. Stock's going down a little bit. I'm gonna have to mark out some trend lines to get the charts moving again. Big few days coming up. If Joel finished having, okay, we could do with this support. He can't talk, Philip. He cannot talk. He's in a silence compliance period, right? For many different reasons. From the 10K to October 20th, that's a compliance period. Cannot talk, cannot release PR. The FDA, investigational new drug, FDA has guidelines. Can't talk, can't say anything. He's also in merger and buyout talks with several different companies. And it's very competitive, and you have to think like Philip. He's going into a $62 billion office or whatever it is, $34 billion ResMed to operate ResMed, $34 billion industry, and he's like, hey, you have to buy my company, basically, and they're like, fuck, I don't want to buy this guy's company. You know what I mean? So think about what he's going through. All right. Novo Nordisk pens $2.1 billion deal for Amyris stalled PNH drug. Nice if we were next. Yeah, exactly. I don't think that, you know what, at this point, guys, the company made over $100 million in cash off of us, the shareholders, right? And they're not going to sell IXHL 42X, which is their best drug, right? Their best drug, maybe rheumatoid arthritis has a bigger addressable market, $50 million market, but their IXHL 42X, they're not going to sell that drug for $2 billion or $4 billion. Like I made memes with $4 billion on it and everybody going like this, and him signing it. It's not going to be, why would you make a $4 billion deal if you just raised, you know, what is that, 4% by raising 100 million? Alexa, what percentage of 4 billion is 100 million?
100 million is 2.5% of 4 billion.
Okay, so you want 4 billion, you just raised 2.5% of it. You could probably continue to raise enough money to put the drug to market and do it yourself. You have to ask, you know, so this is very important. It's like a lot of people are very, you know, they're so dead set on a buyout and a merger. I don't know. It would have to be a very big buyout merger. 3 months have passed. Okay, so PB, message retracted, retrace the 38, settle sideways into afternoon lull. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well. And then I'll just jump back and share the screen with you guys and see what I'm seeing. This is great though. These are great questions. Yeah, we have to go and look back at now. Okay, well, how many shares? This is the thing. You got to play detective work, and you gotta. I mean, well, I definitely do. I don't have a stop loss, and I have 50,000 shares with a position at 77 cents. So I'm down like, you know, $20,000 unrealized. And I always like to say $0 realized because I don't sell. I'm not going to sell. Let's see. I can see a partnership agreement with benefits, IXHL production and distribution. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. But yeah, I mean, these guys are now in a position because of us, because of the shareholder. This is the thing too. It's like we do give Joel a hard time, right? We give this guy a really hard time, right? But let's zoom out, remove everything, and look at biotech, just biotech. Like, and if you look at biotech as is, what is biotech? Biotech is people that come in and make drugs. They enter into the stock market, the Nasdaq, et cetera, and their sole goal, their only goal, is to uh, release PR and take money off the table to fund their operations and clinical trials and all the stuff. Very expensive thing, right? Has Joel done that? I would say if I was on the board of Incannex Healthcare and I was and I hired that guy as the CEO, regardless of how he seems or comes across as a speaker or somebody who talks online, etc., he has done a better job than 95% of any kind of CEO that comes in with his experience, right? So that guy's like all aces right now. He raised over $100 million, most likely, right? Without proof, we have 73 million in proof. He just raised enough cash for 2 years of runway for 3 different clinical trials, right? For $62 billion addressable market. That's a great resume already. The guy could leave right now, step down, and go on to, working for, Kraft or something like that, or whatever. You know what I mean? Coca-Cola, right? He's already making big enough moves. Yeah, he wouldn't be their CEO, but he could, you guys see where I'm getting at, right? He did his job. He raised a lot of cash. Now, that said, it was raised off the backs of us, of shareholders. So I don't think now, I have a different opinion on him now. Now, I don't think he's going to screw over the people that gave him the success that he has now. So let's go with the other questions. Exactly why I'm asking 3 months have passed. Nina says, retrace to 38. Yeah, I'm not looking at the chart right now. We'll take a look in a second. I can see a partnership agreement with benefits IXHL, shorts, daily content. Trend is your friend. Yeah, exactly. Are IXHL for your retirement, or what are you going to do with the money? I'm going to take profit. I'm going to take my cost back, first of all. So I have 50,000 shares. Look, listen, I'm a new trader. I've been trading for 4 years. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have 50,000 shares at 77 cents. So the first move I'm going to make is most likely, I don't even know yet, really. But the first move, the smartest move I could make is like what I did when it went from 18 cents to 40 cents. And I had 100,000 shares. I sold 50,000 shares at 40 cents. I took back my entire cost and I rode on house money. I rode that house money way up to 163. And then I saw it nosedive when he dumped millions of shares, which is his job. This is what he's paid to do, right? And I watched and watched and watched, and I sold them all at 115, right? $1.15. And I took, whatever that was, $48,000 in profit. And then I threw it all back in on August 26th when that PR came out about the synthetic psilocybin general anxiety drug. You think I would have learned my lesson seeing him dilute at 163? And that's the optics. We don't know we don't know exactly what happened. There could be market makers that shorted that and stuff like that went along with that. He maybe only shorted a little bit that day, but you think I would have learned my lesson, but I didn't. And so I bought in with 20,000 shares, and then I had to average down the whole way down because I believe in the company and I believe in the science and everything. So what does it say? Spot on, Brian. People need to stop criticizing him. This takes time and patience. It does. This is what look, you get into a biotech like this, like I just said, not a lot of us anymore. Some of us, like, look, I sold at $1.15. I made a bunch of money. I put all that money back in. All that house money is now back into the stock, back into the company, right? There are people that made the same exact amount of money, and they're on here now, and they never sold. And right now at 38 cents, maybe not 38 cents, maybe like at 45 or something like that. Those people that never sold, they have unrealized the same amount of money that I made, and they're about to make a lot more. So, trading is interesting, man. It's an interesting psychological, it's an individual thing. Let's see. Shorts daily. I'm all in IXHL and on Cozen. I don't know what that is. And then, did you think that the company owner will sell after phase 3 or just keep it to the patent right? That's a great question. Keep the patent right to occupy the publishing right. I think that's the big discussion we're having right now, is that like, you've now raised $100 million and shown your board and your company and all the people that are potential buyers that you can raise money. And Nina and I were talking about this yesterday. And that puts you in a better position to negotiate, right? So do you think the company will sell after phase 3? Buyouts in biotech typically occur between phase 2 and 3. Okay, that's most likely also the reason for all the silence. There's definitely negotiations happening, whether or not a buyout is occurring or not. They're definitely talking about it. They're definitely at the table, right? So given that, right? And then also keep in mind that this is the thing that they take away from us. And this is how they take it away from us. They take the fact that this is THC, cannabinoid, I always say it wrong, cannabinoid, whatever, CBD, THC, and I forgot the other drug, right? Oh, psilocybin, CBD, THC, psilocybin. It is October 2025. There's marijuana rescheduling coming up. That's most likely going to happen. The entire healthcare industry is now focusing on these drugs, and because they know that they're safer, more effective, and we're in this stage, and it's like which all of 2025 has been. We're in a very big transitional stage. Everything is transitioning. Wealth is transitioning. Everything's transitioning. You know what I mean? Like, this such is life. The only constant is change. And one of the changes is that these drugs that they're focusing on, psilocybin, THC, cannabis, CBD, are all super effective, very safe, and now being taken very seriously for the first time. And we are right there in the moment, living in this moment. And I'm 52. If you're young, man, this is a great time to be invested in a stock like this on the ground level, right? IXHL, for example, good trading tactic is to nibble a position and reserve enough to average down if you're looking for a bottom right. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. That's a great trading tactic, of course. But I made a big mistake and jumped in without a stop loss and no breaks on August 26th when they released the PR for the general anxiety drug, because the general anxiety drug is a big deal. And had I known that it was a combination therapy of synthetic psilocybin and therapy, which is not that exciting. So that was my big mistake. I jumped in with no breaks on a combination therapy that they're most likely going to get approved by the FDA for a method of treatment. That's what they're getting approved by the FDA, right? The synthetic psilocybin on its own it's a public domain drug. They're the combination of the two. So I jumped in thinking that they had an anxiety drug for somebody with an anxiety and panic disorder. I was like, oh my God, I want in on this. And they just had, crazy, insane, mind-blowing phase 2 top-line results for IHL 42X for the obstructive sleep apnea drug. I was like, take my money. And of course, they did. They took my money. And I gotta give it to Joel there too, because I don't like it. It didn't feel very good, but I'll tell you what. Now I'm heavily invested in this company, and there ain't a goddamn thing anybody can do about it. You know what I mean? Anyway, so hopefully, like I said, so and that brings us to where we are at today. So, if you think about what I just said, and everybody gets a little salty with Joel. But we now have a clean cap table, meaning we know how many outstanding shares there are. We can start to do math now, right? And then you also think like, okay, well, that $100 million at the market is now complete. There's a shelf registration of 800 million shares, right? That's from April or something. Look in the SEC, go to Edgar SEC filings. You'll see it. That's the complete capacity. They cannot use that without an SEC filing, without board or shareholder approval, possibly both, meaning we might be voting for that along with the board. Maybe not. It depends on how the company is structured. But the big point that everyone's maybe missing is dilution is over for now, most likely, right? We don't have proof yet. So we're in a quiet phase between, my opinion, this is my humble opinion, I could be wrong. You could be wrong about anything. There's so many, it's like a golf swing. But between 929, that 10K, and between 1020, a compliance deadline, it'll tell you, if you look it up on ChatGPT, there's a period of silence. You must be silent. You cannot release PR. You cannot omit information. You cannot do podcasts. Well, maybe you can, but you can only talk about generic items. So I forgot. I just lost my track of thought. Philip says, I'm one of them. I got 24,000 shares at 26 average. Wow. Monster position right there. So you guys like Nina and Philip, you have nothing to worry about. You're just chilling. I'm also like, I mean, let's be real. I mean, I'm on house money, right? I'm on house money. So like, unless this thing goes into the 20s, I'm still on house money. So, so I don't know. I got nothing to complain about either. But trading, it's Vegas without the lights. Yes and no. It's kind of like, I mean, it's not anymore because we have, where the filings are there. When people say do your due diligence, what they mean is go to the Edgar, EDGAR or SEC.Edgar or / whatever, search for the company that you're invested in. You should do this with all stocks. Pull up the 8Ks, the 10Ks, the SB 45.3s or whatever, the S3s, the shelf filings, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you shouldn't be trading yet. You should trade on paper. But what those are all filings that tell you what the chances of dilution are. Copy them, put them into ChatGPT or AI, which gets it wrong all the time. However, you don't have, nobody has. This is the reason why the billionaires are billionaires and retail is not smart money. It's because until now we haven't had ChatGPT, but now we can take those SEC filings, copy them, throw them into ChatGPT, and say, what are the chances of dilution? What are the assets and liabilities? What is the short interest? And then you could even like just cut and paste trading view charts and volume and into based on the volume today, is this a good day to buy? When should I buy? What should my entry point be? What should, if you can swing trade, you can day trade, you can scalp, you can do whatever now, right? So if you're not using AI, I talked to somebody on Twitter yesterday, they're like, oh, it looks like he uses AI a lot. Well, of course I use AI a lot, right? Of course I do. Is AI a lot? Yeah, because I don't have time to pump out, to go on Photoshop and make images. I don't have time. I'm trying to help the optics of this company during a silence compliance period. I have to use whatever's at my disposal to get as much bullish information and sentiment out there as possible to everyone, because they're trying to give us this narrative that the company is worthless. And that's why I bust my ass and I'm on here every day talking about this, and I'm charting and because you cannot believe what you see. Right now, we're looking at a fake price. Okay. And what I mean by that is that the price has been suppressed. There's billions of synthetic shares, and they're doing this because it's all psychological. They do this because we're trying to disrupt $62 billion addressable markets. And when you do that, you make people angry. And those people are going to change the optics of your company by hiring media companies and bot farms from China and Philippines. And they're going to fight and fight and fight to change that narrative. And they're going to spend millions of dollars to change that narrative. And you have a company like IXHL with 9 employees that has no optics, that has a guy that could be a better public speaker, and that is spending $0 on marketing and advertising. The only thing I've seen is some Twitter posts, right? It's at this time when you raise $100 million off of the backs of shareholders that you start taking that money and using it to place ads, like during football games or something like that. All right, Trading Vegas, jab, grab. This stock has so much potential. They're trying to shake out shareholders. Yeah, exactly what I just said. This is a long waiting period. You're right. Exactly what I just said. Nina says in regards to the ATAI, I'm not sure if she meant ATM. It's a good stock, but I like the diversity of what IXHL. Oh, it's another stock. I don't know anything about other stocks. Do you think that our vote actually is taken seriously and addressed at the BOD? We don't know yet. That's another thing we have to look into. We have to be responsible and look into is the mechanics of the voting and how the company's set up. And are we going to have a say in whether or not that, they're going to tell us that they just raised 125 million in total. Not that they raised. They're going to tell us that soon in the 10Q, probably in November. We have 150 million in cash now and 500,000 shares outstanding, and blah 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 blah. And they're most likely holding that 20 million buyback for the day that the phase 3 commencement PR comes or something like that. I don't know, or merger or buy so they can buy back some of their shares. I don't know if that made any sense. Do you think that our vote actually is taken seriously? We have to figure that out as shareholders. You know what I mean? The thing is, nobody's going to take our hand and show us, hey, this is where the bathroom is. Like, we have to figure this shit out. You know what I mean? And this is what we're trying to do. While we also weed out all these bots that are saying stupid shit. We have one good board, which is StockTwits, where we can all talk to each other. And we spend the day, and so many people reply to these idiots and these bots. They're not even human beings. They're just paid media agencies that create negative sentiment. And you guys are replying to them and reposting their post when we're trying to talk to each other and communicate and figure out and do the detective work. So we need to stop reposting these bots and take control of any kind of board and communication that we have. First of all, I think that although this company has passed board of directors, do you think that the vote is actually taken? First of all, do I think it's serious? It's going to start being serious. Once you take over $100 million off the table, off the backs of shareholders, you have to start taking them seriously. First of all, I think that although this company has passed the second phase of drug testing, it has not yet passed the third phase. Right. I also work in the medical industry. Right. Yeah. Nope. Nobody has. AP 109, all the competitive drugs have not passed the third phase either. They're in phase 3. So we're in phase 3 too. We're in phase 3 competing. Phase 2 with the rheumatoid arthritis drug, the IND, investigational new drug application. So what that is with that other, it's even bigger. It's even bigger than the OSA and the obstructive sleep apnea market is the rheumatoid arthritis. And that drug is getting approved by the FDA. I'm sure it's already been approved. We just don't know yet. That investigational drug approval will commence phase 2. Right. And they'll go back to, suddenly they'll be in phase 2 with, now they have three drugs. Right. I know that drug testing has a low return rate, but it would be better if the company's top management could think about how to recover the cost of drug development after all the stock price. Yeah, these are great questions. And there was somebody, was this you that was talking about this and like really putting together all the mechanics of the drug development and the cost and everything? The stock price is still as low as before, not exceeding $1. Right now, yes. The stock price, in my opinion, is fake. It's not a real stock price. Stock price is well over into the dollars ranges. It's just suppressed right now. And there's billions of FTDs that are going to have to be returned soon, because now we know how many outstanding shares there are, and the market makers are going to have to somewhat come together and make these people cover their FTDs. Maybe not all of them, but some of them have to they have to start covering. That's why we're waiting on this big move. Nina says, in regards to the board and voting, it's why you want to research with who the large investors are. Yeah. And their incentive, for example, UBS, right. We were talking about this yesterday, UBS, PSA, ETF with advisor shares. Nina, at the moment, no large toots are invested. Nina says, you want to see mostly institutional buying where their strategy is investing and not hedging. Agreed, but that has not arisen. Although UBS isn't large, it has increased over 900%, and they have a big bio-farm supportive sector. Nina, I would suggest that you start to explain this to us like we are a 5-year-old, because I certainly don't understand it. And these are, like I said, this is like a golf swing. There's so many different, you have to keep your elbow in, pull up the thing, make sure your hips here, come down, keep your eye on the ball. Don't take your eye off the ball, swing through. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different aspects of being, literally being invested in the stock. Unless you want to, like, look, if you want to do ETFs, you want to bet on blue chips, Amazon, Apple, you know what I mean, Nvidia. You don't have to do any of this work. But the reality is, if you're invested in a biotech, in a clinical stage biotech, yeah, we have to do this work. We need to check the next institutional filings. Yep, great. All right, guys, I'm gonna do share. We'll take a share of the screen and then we'll end it. But I'm gonna share screen. Go back over here. All right, where are we at? Let's take a look. It's shared, so I can move that up. But no, that's the 15-minute. This is my 15-minute chart. So I'm going to mark out this real quick. If you don't know what this is the easiest way to get perspective. Everybody knows this pretty much. I'm not sorry if I'm boring you. You go over here, you get a price box, wherever it is, price box, date and price range. And this is the first 15-minute candle. It looks like, put my glasses on. Right there at the top of it. And then I'll just bring this across for 26 bars, because that's the end of the day. 26 bars. There's 26 15-minute bars. Ding, done. So there's our first 15-minute candle, or they call this the orb, the original range breakout, right? And this is where we're trading. We were trading up here, or we wicked up there. It looks like on the 15 to 39.42, and we have since come down during lunch hour to basically 1 penny. Okay. We don't want to come back into this blue box. We don't want to lose the momentum that we have. So let's look at the 5 quickly. Yeah, but and unfortunately, this is what we've been seeing a lot of. We see a lot of this original range 15-minute breakout candle. We mark out the box. We see some of this where it comes down here, and then it'll go back out here, and we're like, yeah, and then it'll trade up here, and you're like, yeah, and then it'll go boom down there again. So I don't know. I certainly can't explain this, but I definitely will keep charting. It makes sense to me. It actually brings me peace. I can see where price is going and try to get a better perspective on it. In the meantime, I think that's it for me today. Thank you guys for coming. Where's the YouTube? Did I turn it off? Did I turn it off again? Oh God, so stupid. There it is. All right, let's take a quick look at these comments. I have no money for blue chips. Yeah, me neither. Thanks a ton. Oh, you're welcome, guys. Everybody, thank you so much. It's always great talking to everyone. I love the conversation. There's no morons. This is so cool to have a great little way to chat and talk. Have a great day, everyone. Hopefully Power Hour treats us right and we bust through 40. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I'm going to get showered and actually do some schoolwork. I've got 4 classes and I've been doing nothing but focusing on this stock for the last 3 days. So guys, help us all take over, post some bullish sentiment on stock twits on Twitter, wherever you can. Help out the board and don't reply to these morons on these bots. Don't reply to them, don't repost them, don't say, look how stupid this guy is, because what you're doing is you're filling up the board with that negative sentiment. We can't afford to do that. We've got to keep it focused on bullish sentiment. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.